You are listening to Unstoppable Actors, the essential podcast for ambitious, unknown actors with me, Louise, the artistic director of Standby Method Acting Studio. And for the last 13 years, I've been taking unknown actors with blank CVs all the way to Netflix dramas, Amazon Prime films, TV soaps, and stage plays around the world. And every week I'll be talking with you and sharing how you can become a paid working unstoppable actor, because you 1000% can. An acting career is doable. Are you ready to dive into the episode? Before we jump in, if acting is the thing that you just simply cannot stop thinking about, if you've been working so hard, showing up to auditions, but still not getting cast as often as you know you could, it's probably not because you're not good enough. It's because you are overthinking. I have seen so many talented, super talented, new and early career actors hold themselves back by living in the head instead of in the moment. And the truth is, it is fixable. And that's why I created the Method Actor Circle, an online membership for new and early career actors who are deadly serious about building real, grounded, castable performances. Inside the Method Actor Circle, you'll get monthly method acting classes, audition coaching, monologue ebooks, business of acting classes, and so much more. And right now, you can try it for a full month for £1 using the code MAC1. So if you're ready to stop overthinking and finally own the stage and set, this is your moment. Head over to the Method Actor Circle at bit.ly/the Method Actor Circle and use code MAC1 to get started. So that link again is bit.ly/the Method Actor Circle, or click underneath where you press play and let's get you cast. I am so excited to share with you today how I landed my very first agent and the 3 things that I did to make this happen. Landing my first agent was like Christmas Day for me as an actor. And if you have been out of the industry for any amount of time and you're returning and you know you need an agent and it is high on your priority list, I know it's going to feel like Christmas Day for you as well. If you are quite early on in your acting career and you've never had an agent before, but you know you need one and that's the next step for you, this is so insightful. I wish people would have talked about this more back in the day when I was first getting started as an actor. But back then there weren't things like podcasts or blogs or, we weren't in this information age. So I did a lot of trial and error. So I'm hoping that this episode saves you a hell of a lot of time and gives you the confidence you need and the drive to spur you on to get your first agent. If you are new, thank you so much for finding us. I hope this is going to be the first of many episodes. And if you are a regular listener, thank you so much for always tuning in. I absolutely adore recording these episodes for you. I especially love it when you come across to Instagram and let me know that you're listening to the podcast. It's always so nice to be able to put a face to, well, I was going to say names, but I don't even know names. I'm sat here recording, not knowing who I'm recording for. So it's nice to find out who you are. Our Instagram is at Standby Method Acting Studio. You can also share to your stories where you listen to the podcast and let other actors know about it, because I am a firm believer and very, very passionate about getting more new and unknown actors into the industry breaking through. You might be surprised to know that when I landed my first agent, it had actually been maybe, I feel like 18 months to 2 years after I graduated from drama school. So I never got an agent when I first left, simply because I left and wasn't very confident. I didn't believe in myself and therefore didn't have the skills that were going to attract or call in an agent. So I had to do a lot of retraining and I went to lots of different acting classes. None of them were really doing what I needed them to do. And then I found method acting and I was like, woo, hello. This was my absolute hallelujah moment. I found my saviour for my dreams and goals with acting. And then as soon as I started diving into method acting, I rediscovered that confidence for myself in terms of my craft. But then I wasn't really that confident in selling myself. I didn't know how to do it. But I knew I wanted an agent and I was dead focused on getting one. And just out of nowhere, or seemingly out of nowhere, I saw a post on Facebook, and back then there weren't acting groups like our Unstoppable Actors group and all the other amazing Facebook groups out there for actors. There wasn't any of that, but I did see a post from someone that I'd trained with sharing that they'd just signed with an agency, and curiosity got the better of me, and I had a little search and a browse on their website, and it said that their books were open. And I was like, oh, how exciting. I am going to take a chance and write in. Even though I did not feel that confident in selling myself, I massively struggled with cover letters. And God, I would spend absolutely hours on them, not knowing what to write and overthinking whether it sounded good enough or not, or whether I was writing what I needed to write. Gosh, yeah, they just took me forever to do. But I eventually wrote something that I thought was fairly okay, sent it off, and then got offered representation. And I was like, oh my good Lord. And I was so excited. I was like, wow. And within maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I got my first audition down in London, and it was just so exciting because I was like, yes, finally things are starting to move forwards for me. I wanted to share with you 3 tips for landing your first agent. And when I say first, as you've heard me say earlier, if you've took a break from acting and you're returning, it could be your first agent back into the industry after your break. Or if you're quite new with your acting career, it might be your very first ever agent. But there's 3 things I feel you should know. And the first thing, the first tip even, is to be an opportunist and take chances. Constantly be on the search for opportunities, but don't get so obsessed with them that it hangs over you really heavy. And if you don't see any opportunities, it makes you feel like you're not being proactive and you're not making progress. Just be an opportunist and look for those opportunities, but do it in a relaxed way. And know that when you're relaxed, these opportunities are going to present themselves to you, but definitely take the chance, even when you don't feel ready. Even when you feel scared, just like me. I had no bloody idea what I was doing with writing this cover letter because no one had taught me how to write them. And I massively used to overthink them, as you heard me saying a few moments ago. But I still wrote what I thought was okay and took the chance anyway. The second tip is get to know other actors so you can hear of opportunities. So the reason I heard of this opportunity is because it was shared by someone that was in the year above me at drama school. They shared that they just signed with this agent. And so then that's what led me to getting curious and looking on their website. So it does pay to get to know other actors, especially actors that you have trained with, whether it be, directly, you've trained with them, you've been in the same class, or you just know of them. Like, get to know other actors, because you've probably heard the saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know. I think it is a mixture of both. It is a mixture of what you know and who you know, but who you know is very important, because when you know more people, you will know of more opportunities. And then the third thing is, even if you don't know how to sell yourself, just make a start. Just make a start with a cover letter and just write what you think would sell yourself. If you're unsure, you can always get a cover letter looked over by someone else who could give you pointers. You could come in our Unstoppable Actors group, or you could come and join the Method Actor Circle, because we've got a pre-recorded class in there, which I did a couple of months ago, on how to hook agents with cover letters. And you just literally follow along, and then you'll get your word-for-word written cover letter at the end of it. You could do that. But make sure you are selling yourself, even if you don't know how to sell yourself. I think what we've got to do as actors, well, not I think, I know this because I've done it myself and it's always worked. And I've always passed on this knowledge to my students who train with me directly, is just sell yourself, just get started. Take that first step, even if it feels wobbly, you feel uncertain, you feel what you're writing is not very good. You've just got to do it. You've just got to take that first step. And I have to say, I didn't have loads and loads of credits on my CV, so don't ever let things like that put you off. There's going to be lots of agents that will say no, of course, but we just have to accept that. You only need one agent to say yes, and then that is the start of hopefully you getting auditions. So what's been the most exciting and inspiring tip for you? I'd love to hear. Come across to our Instagram page at Standby Method Acting Studio and let me know. And let me know which one you're going to get started with first. You only need to choose one, and then the rest will follow on. And of course, if you do want that Hook Agents cover letter workshop, which you can watch as many times as you want because it's been uploaded into our portal inside the Method Actor Circle, then come and try the Method Actor Circle for £1. Just use the code MAC1 over at this link, bit.ly/the Method Actor Circle, and you will be on your way to a cover letter that gets you responses, gets you replies, gets you meetings, and hopefully gets you that very first agent. I've loved sharing all of this with you, and I hope you've loved it as much. See you soon. I've absolutely loved hanging out with you, and I really hope you found this episode inspiring. If you have, please do rate the podcast and hit follow so you never miss an episode, and I can help more actors like you. And come and join one of the most supportive, uplifting acting communities on socials, the Unstoppable Actors Facebook group, where you'll get your weekly injection of inspiration, networking, and receive your free Method Actors handbook so you can become an unstoppable actor.